Hello everyone and welcome to my stream where everything technologically is working perfectly because I am a professional streamer and nothing ever goes wrong. Hello everyone, how are you today? How's it going? I am indeed. Thank you very much for the birthday wishes. It was my birthday yesterday. And I'm starting my 5th decade today, which means I'm not 50, just to be very clear on that. Because it seemed to have caused some confusion by some people, but I'm not going to name any names. But I am having some cake that has my picture on here somewhere, but only a little bit. You can't see my face right here yet. Yo, Poggy Pocket, thank you so much. I can buy more cake now, even when it's not my birthday. Oh, and Aim, you also gave me some cheers or some bits. I actually messed that up. I thought it was called cheers, but they're called bits, aren't they? Because I know so good all this stuff. Now that I'm now that I'm officially in the sort of middle age of my life, I can just be an uncle and get everything wrong online, right? Is that not the rule? Thank you, Ella Patella, also for the sub. Really appreciate 9 months subscribed. That is amazing. 9 months. That is from the start, isn't it, pretty much? Wait, when did I start? Did I start in October or November? I kind of forgot. Missed Antenna, you can't stay because you've got no Wi-Fi. I'm so sorry. Please don't use up all your expensive data on me. Just need a sip. Oh, just needed a sip. Let me also go through and say hi. Like, I think like the last few times I was always so rushed or something, or like in back pain, so I didn't do that properly. But hello, LC, El Carlin, and Very Weird Creature, and Stream Elements, of course, Stream Elements in the chat always. I am in. Oh, Apologist Eyes, thank you also for the sub, so much appreciated. And I am in arena. I am in arena. Is this like a naughty name, or am I just imagining that? That is not like that. I don't know. Arena or in arena? I don't know. It's an L. What? Lamin Arena. Okay. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I don't know if you're being naughty on purpose or if that is just my bad brain. Anyway, Very Weird Creature, Mr. Antenna, Barrock's Footstool, Musical Spiral, thank you for the first time chat. Welcome. And of course, Poggy Pocket, Archimifloss. Is that like to do with flossing, or maybe I've asked, I might have asked these things before, and if I've forgotten explanations, then I do apologize. It's probably to do with that I'm old and I forget things, because I'm an oji-san now. Kitchen is here as well, and Trucy Sholmes, and Eminem, the one and only. Yes, the real Slim Shady is one of my biggest fans. I'm sorry, I don't mean to disparage you like that, Eminem. You're your own Eminem, and you're not the real Slim Shady. But it is still fun to say it every once in a while. And Marisienne, what's going on? And hello, and Aim listens to, and Jime70. Jimmit? Jime70. K-Jags00. Cake is very yummy. It is a chocolate cake. We have a I think I posted the picture of the picture on the cake in my Discord. Oh, Himmel, thank you as well for the my cable got stuck. For this resub. Thanks so much. Let me do one thing at a time. I'm just gonna say hi to everyone first. Perry, go away. Please don't go away. The Scarecrow 65. And where's Marizian, where's Kazumatsum? Well, Kazutsum was put in a timeout last time. Because he was not being nice to us and didn't want to hang out with us and stuff, and so I think Kazu is just gonna be in a timeout for a little bit until we make up again and he wants to be my friend again. So that's just how it's gonna be for now. No, R.I.P. He's still alive, but he's just not very nice to us. So who else we got? We got KC Kazzy. Is it just KC 547? Or is it Kazzy? Kazzy. I like that as well. Darcy on the case. 4 completed decades. That's indeed right. That's right. I'm not 50. I've completed 4 decades and starting my 5th. Yes, and that's right, Barracks Footstool. Kazuma got put in gay baby jail last stream. Gay baby jail? What? Why is it a baby jail? I don't... It can be a real grown-up jail. Gay grown-up jail. Who else we got? Who else we got? Apologist Ice. That's right. Everybody knows he's got put on a timeout. And Marizian, you hope that he'd be free. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Cherry Mayo, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Cherry Mayo, actually, does that sound good or not so good? If you mix cherry flavor with mayonnaise, I don't know. What would you do with that? What would you do with that? Blob Leponge, what's going on? Happy birthday, everyone. That's right. Everyone who has a birthday, happy birthday to everyone. Carmen San 007 is in the chat as well. And Goldlock, happy Sunday indeed. And then Stream Elements piped in. Gold Arrow Spray as well. I'm like very slow with catching up with chat because I'm an Oji-san now, so I am slow. That's just how it goes. Flamed Zed and Juice Buzz and Twi Fairy. Hello. It's not naughty. Oh, the Laminarina. So yeah, I don't. Maybe the L should be capitalized. Either one. It really does sound like I am. And you're a very good friend of Arena's, whoever that is. Anyway, I'm sorry, everyone. I have a bad brain, okay? You forgot which language, but it means flower. Oh, Los is flower. Interesting. I wonder which... In Dutch, it's fleur. Is it fleur? I think it's fleur, isn't it? Like French? Fleur? I kind of forgot now. Hebbian flat? There's Dutch people in the chat, right? I forgot. What is it in Dutch? I kind of forgot. Did I get everyone? K-Nannery as well. I don't think I said hi to you yet. Did I forget anyone? I hope I didn't forget anyone. And if you're lurking as well, you're also more than welcome, but I'm not going to call you out because I realized that's weird. And there we go. I caught up with the that is French. Bloom, of course it's Bloom. Godverdomme, heb ik je helemaal vergeten. Dat is gek toch, hè? Ik spreek helemaal vloeiend Nederlands. En dan ben ik vergeten, Nederland is het land van de tulpen, toch? Belachelijk. Helemaal belachelijk. Anyway. Eating cake is kind of really awkward because I've got like my microphone stand kind of in the way. Dat is really... Natuurlijk is het vloeiend. Ik heb 6 jaar gewoond in Amsterdam. Ik heb zelfs gestudeerd in het Nederlands. Ik heb in het Nederlands theaterwetenschappen gestudeerd. Ja. En het ook... ik ben er niet gefailed. Dus ja. Kan het helemaal. Zullen we een beetje TGAA in het Nederlands doen? Dat zou wel grappig zijn, toch? So that was the Dutch. That wasn't German. Deutsch klingt total anders als Holländisch. Das hier ist Deutsch und das klingt natürlich, also manche Leute denken, dass so Deutsch total irgendwie brutal klingt oder so, aber ich denke eigentlich, dass das Holländische ist doch eigentlich viel wegen dem starken G. Und im Holländischen ist das G immer hey, ga je weg even. Dus, I think the Dutch, I just spoke a little bit of German and I was just saying that basically Dutch has a much harsher sound to me actually than German. I think German is very nice and soft. 99 Luftballons auf ihrem Weg zum Horizont. See, very soft. Dutch is goofy, that's fair also. Dutch is goofy. I think like the just the hey, the hard hey sounds sometimes to people who don't speak the language sounds hard. Achtung, Achtung, Achtung is very soft, right? Achtung. But I guess every language can sound harsh if you make it sound harsh. Achtung, Achtung. Anyway, I'm almost done with my cake. How many languages we've had on stream to date? German, Dutch, English, Japanese. Ouais, je parle un petit peu en français aussi, mais mon français pas bon. J'ai fait des études 2 ans en école, mais j'ai oublié beaucoup. I would like to actually. Yo he estudiado español 1 año en los Estados Unidos también, pero no bien. No bien. No bueno. I forgot. I don't actually know what the difference is between bueno and bien. My Spanish teacher would be very angry at me. That is, Mark, that is exactly what I say when I tell people that I took French in high school, but I've forgotten everything. Exactly. I don't even know how to say I've forgotten most in Spanish. That's how bad my Spanish is. But anyway. So, how are we doing? Are we ready to go to court? Are we ready to go to court in, I guess, defense of Baroque Van Zieks? Is that what's happening? Wait, are we ready to go to court already? Or was there other stuff we needed to investigate still? I kind of forgot. I think we're there on court, right? Oh, Lemon Arena, have you changed the first L to a capital? I hope it didn't seem like I was bullying you into that. It was more like a sort of like pointer that people might misinterpret it. So if this was just a way for you to if you had never seen that before, it was just a way of saying like, hey, if you don't want people to think that, you know, maybe that's a good idea. But I didn't want to make you feel bad for it. It's a beautiful name. Am I saying it right? Lemon Arena? Is it a combination of laminate and arena? Olvidé todo. Oh, that's like oublié beaucoup, right? Olvidé todo. Todo los español. O castellano. We finished the 2-4 investigations last week. Very exciting. So now... Oh, I also still have these good luck charms that I received from some people when I was in LA. Paradise, I think, who was sometimes in the chat as well. And with these good luck charms, we're going to investigate and we're going to win. I got a pipe here too, but nothing to smoke. Because smoking's bad for you. Don't do that. And also, it seems I'm feeling a lot better physically. Yeah, last week, for those who weren't there last week, I was like dealing with some back pain. It was all very exhausting. And yeah, this week, all week, I was working on a project, which is quite exciting. It's basically a concept of Othello, the Shakespeare play, set in Japan, in the Sengoku period. And it was a workshop it's a project that's still in development. But who knows? Maybe in the next couple of years or something, it might be staged, and maybe I might be part of it. Who knows? Would be pretty cool, you know. So we did a little bit of thought play and a little bit of acting and whatnot. And yeah, it was pretty cool. So let's see what the next couple of years, what my fifth decade brings of this career that I'm doing, this strange thing. Yeah. Anyway, time to game. I have to go to the other one again. And thank you again. See, I'm embracing that I don't know why this is doing this, but thank you again for all the gift subs, Poggy Pocket. Thank you again for the resub, Ella Patella. Does it seem passive aggressive when that comes like up again, as if I'm like trying to remind people to do this. I wonder, is there a way? Wait, I'm gonna ask like an AI or something. When I change scenes in OBS, how would I? Oh, I don't know how to even ask this question. I don't even know. We just have explosion again. We have explosion again. Fifth decade. Oh, it's not the fifth decade of my career, Red Nova. You're correct. You're correct to correct me. It is my fifth decade in life. And only kind of like a decade and a half of acting, I suppose. But anyway, I'm ready to continue Twisted Karma and his last bow. 2nd November, 8:56 a.m. The Old Bailey, Defendant's Antechamber. Karma will be so twisted. Oh wait, isn't there a character called something Von Karma? There's that old familiar feeling again. The crushing pressure of this historic courthouse. Cursed worms, you made it! Phew! Phew! Actually, no, it's a little different today. Oh, and Streamed Sams, hello, hello! We're twisting Von Karma here, didn't you know? Well, who was Von Karma? Remember, I haven't played the first couple of the other games yet. So, in this game, we didn't have a Von Karma yet, did we? There's an even more menacing tension in the air. There's a menacing tension in the air today, isn't there? I suppose? Yes, I think so. Oh, there he is. It can only be the result of the menacing appearance of the defendant. Ooh. A little more courtesy, if you please. Oh my! I do apologize. Hold on, I want to refill my drink. However, you're certainly not mistaken that this trial is far from ordinary. Gluck, 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 gluck. Hydration. Wait until you find out Von Karma's Japanese name. Oh, jeez. I look forward to it. And welcome, Astro Dude. Astro Dude 1987. Oh, we're only 2 years apart. Look at that. Unless you're not actually from 1987 and this is just some random year for you. However, far from ordinary. There we go. What do you mean? I'm not privy to the details. However. By the way, I find it funny. There's of my shorts on YouTube, the one that I did about Barack, I think is like my most viewed one. I did one where it's like, I just started speaking and then I'm like, oh wait, I have to sound handsome. And that one keeps getting like hundreds of views every day. For some reason, it seems to be like popular. Yeah. Anyway, also, if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe and leave a comment about what you think of Barack. Do you think he's racist? Do you think he should go to baby jail or not? Or maybe he shouldn't. I don't know. I'm really good at the YouTube, aren't I? I'm not privy to the details. However, gay baby jail for Barack. Is gay baby jail another meme that I'm not familiar with? See, y'all young people have to explain this to me. Is millennial like old now? Is that how it works? I guess it is, isn't it? I'm a millennial. I am a millennial, right? Yeah. Am I like smack dab in the little middle of millennial? Or am I an older millennial? Can't even speak anymore. I understand that no jury has been selected. Take a shot every time Mark calls himself old today. Ah, damn. I'm trying to embrace it and not feel weird about it. Maybe I need to stop talking about it. Don't ask that questions. You don't want to know the. Don't ask that which question? The millennial question? Oh, but Kitchen, are you a millennial? Aren't you like Gen Z or something? I forget. I don't know what year Gen Z starts. Millennials are your age. Teens are now Gen Alpha. Gen Z are late teens through 20s. You're a millennial. Okay, I'm sorry, Kitchen. I'm sorry. You just have such a young aura in the best possible way. Young but wise, I would say. I would add, you know, like a wise soul in a young human. You're Gen Z and you're 25. Okay. See, I don't know how it works. You're very welcome, Kitchen. I'm on the older end of Gen Z, 25. Oh. See, now you've called Twyfairy old, K-Jags, which I would never do. No, I'm just joking. Joking. I'm so hilarious. I should be a comedian, right? Uncle comedian. Something like that. Anyway. I know you did. I'm sorry, K-Jags. You did say older end of Gen Z. You are totally fine. I was just being silly. And you know, I'm just, youngest Gen Z are like 14? What? Gen Z is till 2012? Oh, shit. I didn't know that. So the youngest Gen Z are just teenagers. All right, fair enough. Anyway, why is the music gone? Is something exciting happening? A trial without a jury. Well, wait, why is there no jury? What's happening? What do you mean? I'm not... What is it? No jury has... What? That's just like the trial of the professor 10 years ago. Oh, they want to keep things closed. They don't want to let the public in. A closed court. Ridiculous. Oh, we still have that silly outfit, don't we? Wait. Is this the first time he's wearing it on his head? Doesn't he always have it hanging around here normally? Is this new? Is this new? I'm confused. Has this happened before? Wait, if it is, then let me try something. I did the other day. I ended the stream with something like this, and then I immediately had a what is it called? A thumbnail, and that makes my life a lot easier because then I don't have to do it. Because I've been like super slow with all my uploads and stuff, and if I do this, then I don't have to do it because I already have it. I'm so smart, aren't I? Am I smart? Hold on, I'll just put myself here, and then how do I do that? Big brain moves. Look, we're holding hands. Hold on. How do I hold hands with him? No, this way. Look, we're holding hands. Anyway, so I'm so clever. I might just redo it anyway. I'm so smart. I'm so smart. Good morning, my dear fellows. I've also adjusted my my beautiful chair more, that I've like kind of gotten really comfortable with it. My beautiful what's it called? Herman Miller Aeron chair. I'm so happy with it. It's so good. Can highly recommend. I don't get any commission. Mr. Sholmes, have you made note of my hair, Mr. Naruhodo? An outright victory for science, you must agree. AKA fancy ass chair. Yeah, but what you didn't know, LC, was actually that I also replaced some of the foam that was in there because it was so old and manky because I bought it used and it was really gross, and I took it out and replaced it. And then I also added like a back thinging that it came without. So like I did like some DIY to get it cheap and stuff. and kind of refurbished it myself. Because I'm really handy. So clever. Greg Ota. Wait, what's that? Can't let Gregson have all the shipping fun. Marlock? Wait, who's Marlock? Oh. I'm a bit slow. To be perfectly honest, I mean, I have to say, looks-wise, you know, Herlock is kind of pretty, let's be honest. Anyway, to be perfectly honest, so much happened yesterday that well, me and Herlock, I think we would make a cute couple, wouldn't we? Same color palette as well. Look at that. Kind of. I completely forgot about your little hair problem. Yeah, why did he dye it back? Ha! What to one man is a little hair problem is to another day of drinking dubious potion after dubious potion. Fun fact also, actually, I've never really spoken with Bandiri, who voices Kazuma, but Othello that I just worked with knows him quite well, actually, because they've worked together on a play before. So that was kind of a funny little coincidence. You have no idea how my stomach ails me this morning. I liked it when he had blue hair. Yes! I did like it. It was beautiful. Oh dear, how awful for you. I'm afraid you only have yourself to blame, Mr. Sholmes. And good morning to you, Mr. Reaper. I'm delighted to see you looking so full of vim. And you. I see London's celebrated great detective is as active as ever. Oh, you exaggerate, my dear fellow. Compared to my paltry engagements with a few trivial cases, the Reaper's overbearing presence is a far greater deterrent to the black roots of crime in our capital. And whilst I may not agree with your methods, there is at least one point on which I would readily commend you. What an honor. And that would be your eye for a good lawyer, sir. Mr. Sholmes? After all, behind this lawyer, there's a very great mind. My own brilliant mind. What are you trying to say? I wish only to say that you should be prepared for quite a trial, Mr. Reaper. Sorry to barge in. Who's barging in? Ah, Gina. And Mikotoba. Gina! What's that on her arm? It's a mourning band, I suppose? Father, shouldn't you be at the symposium? It's been postponed, so I have some free time. I decided to come along with the police inspector to see our country's up-and-coming student in action. I shall be very interested to see the fruits of your studies over the past year. Well, it's an honor to have you here. Let's hope there are some fruits to see. He's got such a good mustache, doesn't he? Otto? Oh, yes, Gina? Why'd you agree to this, eh? Why'd you take him on? This Reaper bloke. Everyone says it was him what killed the boss. I'm sorry, Gina, but I just don't believe that. Well, if it weren't him, who was it? I don't know that yet. I don't care who calls him what. The Reaper's just a name. He's just a person at the end of the day. And if it turns out it was him what killed the boss, then God help him. Oy, she's quite threatening and scary, isn't she? Understandable. Good friend, eh? She's just defending a friend. I have some more cake. Mmm. Mmm. Cake is really nice, isn't it? Mmm. Not as glorious as Soseki's. Soseki does have a glorious mustache, doesn't he? And Soseki is also just a queen. A drama queen. What do I have? Hold on. Making sure there's no cream in my beard. That would be embarrassing, wouldn't it? Excuse me. Fiery eyes indeed. Yes. The culprit deserves every ounce of your loathing. Eh? At least that may be some solace to the deceased. Aww. Gina's sad. Please, Otto. Get whoever did this. For the boss. Oh, Gina. I ain't feeling this useless, but there's nothing I can do. So you've got to find who done this and make the wretch pay.
Counsel for the defence and the defendant. Court will be in session shortly. Make your way into the courtroom at once, please.
Please. I was thinking of a song, but I don't know if it is a song. What song has please in it? Oh, I was thinking of Help by the Beatles. Is it Help? Help? Help. I just need somebody help. Not just anybody help. I just need somebody help. It's not please, right? Because I was thinking, please. I just need somebody, please. Could also be, right? All right, then. Here we go. Here we go. Sabrina Carpenter. See, that is like a Gen Z person. I'm not that familiar with her work. I only know old music from the old and... What's happened to my camera? Why did my camera freeze? I think it's... We should be back to normal now. I think. Maybe chat is still a little bit delayed, but at least on my end it seems to be okay. So I think sound is back. Video is still frozen. It's okay on my end. I think maybe chat is still catching up with it, but is my video back? Because it seems to be okay. Oh no, why do we have tech issues again? Maybe I need to buy a new computer or something. It's ridiculous. We might be back. I think we're back, right? Okay. I think we're okay. I just closed some other apps on my MacBook. Maybe it is getting warm again. Maybe I should put my cooling pad underneath it or something. Are we back? I think we're back. Oh, what's up, T-Boy Dutaro? Still gone for you, both sound and video. Aw, I'm so sorry, very weird creature. Yeah, maybe refresh, and then hopefully I think we should be okay. I think maybe the chat might catch up then or something. Chat on screen is very delayed. Interesting. That's so funny because on me, whatever is posted does appear on the... But maybe it'll sort itself out. Right? I think we're okay again, right? I think I just had some warnings on my OBS again. That's like, everything's mad or something. So, and then when that happens, I know then things are bad. But I think we're okay again. If you're having trouble, just refresh and you should be okay, hopefully. Okay. One who lost his treasured brother to a mass. Who's speaking? Ryunosuke is speaking, right? One who lost his treasured father in a foreign court of law. And one who lost the man who helped her escape destitution. All that misfortune, all that pain, on course to collide headlong in this trial. It's time to shine a light on all these dark events. We've got a man in a bunny mask to help us out. Whatever the truth is revealed. We're going to have to look it straight in the eye. It's difficult to stay serious, isn't it? when he's in court like with that outfit. Silly man. Silly. 2nd November, 9:20 a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here to conduct the fair and just trial of the defendant,
Baruch Van Zieks. I feel like if you have to point out that this trial is gonna be fair and just, the lady doth protest too much, I'd say.
Counsels for the defense and prosecution, are you ready to begin?
The defense is ready, my lord. The prosecution is more than ready. Oh, Kazuma-sama. Oh, Arnold accent. Who's getting an Arnold accent? Baroque's footstool. Who's gonna get an... Oh, wait, what? I thought I put the thing here that, like, people have to put a message with the thing. I don't... Wait, who did you say is getting it? Is Kazuma gonna be Arnold? Maybe we'll make Kazuma Arnold. Unless you have a better thought, Baroque's footstool. I've been wishing to see you in court again for so long, it feels. I know! We wanting to be friends, and now we're enemies! See? Why did you do this to us? Kazuma! Yeah, need to get into it, yeah. But I never pictured it happening like this. Yeah. I never thought I'd be facing you behind the prosecution's bench.
The so-called Reaper of the Bailey has been a scourge like no other, undermining Her Majesty's justice system. Today, we must uncover the truth behind this scourge.
Scourge? Scourge? Scourge. In other words, this trial is going to be a lot more far-reaching than Inspector Gregson's murder.
The truths revealed by these proceedings may have unpredictable repercussions through the judiciary. Accordingly, they are to be conducted as a closed trial with no members of the public present.
Yeah, fair and just, my butt.
By Her Majesty's direct orders.
Yeah, monarchy strikes again, eh? How will that work, my lord? Yeah, who's gonna decide then? Ah, interesting.
The burden of all arbitration and adjudication falls on my shoulders. Therefore, as you will see...
I'm so glad to catch a stream because it normally doesn't work out with your time zone. I'm so happy to, Kerbear64. Yeah, I'm kind of like trying to bring back maybe the Sunday streams. And for a while, it didn't quite work out. But I think I'm gonna attempt to do a little bit, like, stick to Sundays.
I think for the foreseeable future, that should work all right. Noodle is here! And thank you, Noodle, for wishing me a happy booth. Or happy bath. Or something. I like that. Yeah, lovely people in my Discord have signed a virtual cake for me. With well wishes. I really appreciate it. It's all very sweet. Y'all are very sweet. And I appreciate it very much. Just finishing my birthday cake. Yum, 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 yum. Well, not the whole cake, just a slice of it. There's still plenty left. Wait, what? Hi, here, I'm Dad? Oh my god! Streamed Sam's, your noodle's dad. How cute. Mark spotted? What are you talking about? Are you saying, Marisienne, that I'm old enough to be in a retirement home? How rude. How very rude. Although retirement home sounds kind of nice. Getting food from everyone and everything, you know, just not having to worry about stuff. Quite nice. Anyway, Jera's bench shall remain vacant today. It was my birthday yesterday, that's right. And I had a very lovely, relaxing day. I was very exhausted from the whole week, and I just hung out at home with my housemates. We watched a movie in the evening, Naked Gun, the first one, as in the original. Had some cake. We ordered some Detroit-style pizza, which I like very much. It's delicious. Delicious. If no... There's currently a 40-second delay between the chat and the stream. Oh. 40 seconds. Very well calculated, LC. So on it. I love it. If no members of the public are present, might I ask who is currently occupying the gallery, my lord? I did call myself... Yeah, but Oji-san don't have to be in a retirement home. Oji-san is not Oji-san. Oji-san is grandpa. Oji-san is just uncle, for those who don't know. And uncle is not retired. Uncle works hard, okay? Uncle is a hard worker. Thank you. Thank you very much. Anyway, Detroit-style pizza is delicious. What does Detroit do with pizza? Well, Detroit-style pizza is basically, it's actually a little bit like just a focaccia-style bread. So it's quite thick with pizza toppings. And then what they do is you put the cheese sort of to the sides, and it melts down the sides and gets like really nice and crusty. So the crust is usually like the best part because it got this really crispy cheese on the edges. No, it's really good. It's really good. If you can try Detroit-style pizza, I would recommend it. It's delicious. Absolutely, but very filling. It's very, very filling. They are members of the judiciary here to witness proceedings and ensure an equitable trial. You know, just for note, in Germany, they don't really have jury trials. They just have judges. So I didn't grow up like thinking of juries as necessarily a good thing. I'm not sure. I think like if you have like it's usually a panel of judges, I think, in Germany. I don't know if that's necessarily bad. I think that kind of works. You know, as long as you have good judges, I guess. I don't know. I didn't know Detroit style existed outside of the States. Yeah, I mean, in London in particular, I think you can just kind of get everything. Although I've not seen Chicago deep dish before. But there's a Detroit style place that's not too far from where I live. So it's not common. I think there's only like 3 places in London that do it, but it does exist. But yeah, it's very good. Detroit catching strays? What do you mean? Detroit become pizza? What? Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I heard stereotypes about Detroit. I heard that it's not, like, the safest of places. I don't know. But then, London is not supposed to be very safe, and I've been mostly fine, living here. I mean, there were stabbings near where I used to live before, but that's just normal, isn't it? Thank you so much for the sub. Is it late TS or yet TS? Latias. For 3 months, and happy birthday again. Thank you so much. I was going to say happy birthday to you as well, but I don't know if it is your birthday, so that feels like not something I should say. Anyway, I'm just refilling my... Why do I drink so much static when I stream? This is like, probably like my set... What is it, like 3 of these almost or something? Just so much yapping. So much drinking. Members of the judiciary. I get my Detroit-style pizza at a place called Slap City. Slap City. I think they have a few, not Slap City, Slab, like a slab with a B. And they have a few places. But there's also, there's another Detroit pizza, I think somewhere in Shoreditch or something. But it's pretty good. I knew someone that had their hat taken in London once in the middle of the street. Didn't want money, just the hat. Aww, it's kind of sad. I don't want anybody to lose their hat. I'd rather give my money because I'm like, hats are unique. Unless it's a cheap hat, then take it. Don't take my money. Don't take anything I own. It's mine. I work hard for it. Oh my, this is a very unusual trial already. I think you have a problem, Mark. An intervention is in order. Oh, for my static. Don't take it away from me. Don't take my static. How will I ever disappear if you take my static? Look, I can have fire in my brain just like that. What will I do without? Impossible.
There's, of course, another unprecedented aspect to these proceedings on which I must elaborate. The counsels for the prosecution and the defense are both aliens of Great Britain.
I don't like the way you put that, Judge. Aliens of Great Britain. That sounds weird. What do you mean, aliens? It's just not it's a weird word to use. I believe it takes an outsider to see the truth sometimes. And as I stand here in this courtroom now, I'm quite certain. This is the reason why I had to come to Britain. Kazuma? Don't take anybody's furniture. Exactly. Don't take my chair or my mattress. Oh, have I ever revealed too much? I've revealed that my mattress is expensive and my chair. Have I put a target on my back? Please, nobody, take my chair or mattress. They're both used. You don't need them. I fart a lot, so they'll stink. Oh shit, I forgot that he's Arnold. You're so right. He's meant to be Arnold. I'm so sorry, Barrack's footstool. You're correct. Thanks for reminding me.
Very well. Let us commence proceedings.
Kazuma doesn't have the power to override Arnold.
Prosecutor Asuki, your opening statement, if you please.
Yeah, certainly, my lord. Let me just have a look at my piece of paper here. Yeah, the incident took place on the 1st November, just after 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, the location was the building of flats on Fresno Street. Let me just flex my arm a little bit, because it feels good, yeah. On the outskirts of the city, yeah. You know, when you flex, it's really good. I feel so good, yeah. The victim's body was discovered there in an old single-room rental property, yeah. I've been working out, can't you tell? I'm Kazuma. Actually, I've not been working out much, but still. Do I still have some bicep? What would Arnold think? What would Arnold think? Wait, my right is better. What would Arnold think? What would Arnold think?
Yes, Inspector Tobias. Oh, the Arnold almost took over. Inspector Tobias Gregson, a name known very well indeed to this court. Not least for his miraculous resolution of one of this country's grimmest cases 10 years ago.
The Professor case. How sure are you about the time of the incident?
Several witnesses on the street outside heard gunshot, and all have reported the same time. I'm the kindergarten cop.
Yes, that's what Gina told us, too. There were a number of witnesses.
Last action hero, I have here a plan for the room.
Arnold is always contagious. If you don't watch out, Arnold might make you be Arnold too. You'll walk around and just speak like Arnold. The victim was found curled up in the corner. Oh my god, isn't that actually a thing? Some people have I forgot what it was. Some people have a stroke and then wake up with a different accent. Wasn't there like this very famous, there was like, I don't know if it was famous, but there was a case where a woman, I think, had a stroke and like she was British and then she woke up speaking in like in a Russian accent or in an Italian accent or something. And it's just like it's just something that happened. Isn't that crazy? Imagine you wake up and then you just suddenly, it's believed that he was shot from the front at point blank range and died instantly.
How has the range been determined? There were scotch marks around the entry wound. Such marks are caused by the gunpowder used to fire the bullet. But powder hot enough to leave scorch marks is only ejected a few inches beyond the end of the barrel. In other words, it only happens when the target is at point blank range. I see, yes. Thank you for the detailed explanation, Counsel.
Alright, we got the autopsy report.
The murder weapon was found lying beside the victim. Why was the murder weapon lying? Why can't it tell the truth, eh? Badam bam push. I'm Arnold. I'll be here all week with my good jokes. And have you managed to ascertain the owner of this firearm?
Oh god, Arnold is turning into the judge.
No, my lord, not conclusively.
Bravo, Kazuma-sama. I'm not trying to use the gun as evidence when its provenance can't be proven. What? Okay, not conclusively. Okay, fine.
Furthermore, my lord, as I've explained, the revolver was fired at extremely close range. The bullet passed through the victim and struck the wall behind him. There's a candelabrum mounted on that wall, and the tip of the candles in it was found to have been blown off by the projectile.
We noticed that too, didn't we? Yes, that's right.
Thank you for the thorough report, Counsel. The setting... Oh, shit. What did he say? The setting of the crime is clear to me. You will submit the plan of the crime scene as evidence, please.
Please, I just need somebody. Please, just anybody. Please.
As you wish, my lord.
Crime scene floor plan has been entered into the court record. Somehow Fresno Street sounds like it would be like some kind of sitcom or something. Or it could be a soap or something. Today on Fresno Street, will Janine get back together with Jack? Or will she continue her relationship with Julia? All the characters start with the letter J in this show. That's just how it is.
Is this Fresno Street Room Inspector Gregson's private abode?
No, my lord. The room is rented to a Mr. Huge Bone. I mean, Hugh Boone. Naughty. But there is precious little furniture. Ah, no furniture! Somebody stole the furniture! Why did everybody take the furniture? It was Drebber. Drebber took it. He broke out of prison to steal the furniture. Ah! First the future, then the furniture. It's all gone. It's generally in a poor state of repair. Crazy. So what on earth was Gregson even doing there? Presumably he was investigating some case or other? Yeah, when the policeman was informed of the gunshot from the witnesses and rushed to the scene. Oh, hey, Corinanda. Did the huge bone get your first time chat? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for my bad brain. It can't read. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Should I go into the gay baby jail? Should I just go over there? Maybe I should have an image that can... I need like jail bars that I can put in front of me, and then I can put myself into jail. Ah, silly me. I found only the deceased inspector and the accused standing alongside holding the revolver. The attending officer arrested the accused on the spot. These streams ISTG? What does ISTG mean, LC? Is that like another abbreviation that like young people use that I'm not familiar with? ISTG? ISTG. So, no, it's not Arnold. So, the details of the case are clear. In that case, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. A name, please, counsel? Naturally, Arnold Schwarzenegger, I mean the accused himself. Lord Van Six? Oh, I swear to God, I've literally never seen that before. Literally never seen that before. Mark called Hugh Boone. Oh, it did spiral, didn't it? The chat is quite delayed still, isn't it? It is quite delayed, isn't it? 40 isn't old. No, it's not. It's not. It's middle-aged. I guess if life expectancy is around 80, then it's like sort of halfway, isn't it? So plenty of time left. Plenty of time left. As the prosecutor believes in the oath of office he's taken and will be compelled to tell the truth. But he was also probably, because of his office, compelled to not kill. So if you think he killed, then maybe, you know, he's not compelled to tell the truth either. So... Very well, let the defendant take the witness stand. Oh, there he is, looking into her eyes. How can I... Oh, thanks for the follow, Corinanda. Should I continue with Arnold, or maybe I'll go back to series now that we're investigating? I mean, not investigating. What's the other word? Cross-examining. Let me just put my plate away. I feel like my Kazuma voice and Barak voice is somewhat close to one another, aren't they? So I just did Kazuma initially, like slightly lower in tone. So, witness. State your name and occupation for the court. But then Barak is even lower. Barak Van Zeeks, Old Bailey prosecutor. I presume, Lord Van Zeeks, that you heard Prosecutor Asogi's opening... Précise? I did. Maybe I can change some of it. I did sometimes make Van Zeeks a bit fruity. I did! Yay! I did do that! It is alleged... It is alleged that you were found at the scene of the crime. and that you were arrested by the arriving police officer. Can you confirm this?
Yes, my lord. Wait, I did a thumbs down?
Boo!
Boo. Yeah. Maybe this can be my jail when I'm like. Then I'm sure the court would like to hear you explain some things away. Namely, why you were there in the room on Fresno Street at the time in question. And what exactly took place. I intend to explain away nothing. I will simply tell the truth, okay? Okay.
I must say, Lord Van Zeeks, I never imagined this day would come.
It sounds a little bit like you were looking forward to it, Judge.
Or rather, I didn't want to imagine it would come. But since you became known as the...
We found the fruit Mikoto I was talking about, indeed.
A part of me has been dreading it. Your formal testimony, then, witness.
Witness testimony. The facts of the incidents. I was investigating Gregson, and my inquiries had led me to that address. When I first entered the room that day, it was dark inside, and I saw no one. Oh my god, this is turning into Valley Girl. And I saw no one. A moment later, I heard the gunshot. I spun around and saw the revolver on the floor. I was flabbergasted. Just as I picked the firearm up to examine it, the door flew open and I heard a man scream. It was only then that the body of the Inspector Gregson appeared in front of me. Crazy how this all happened. It's so crazy. That testimony was the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Yes, it was. So, you heard a shot being fired in a room with no living occupants. And moments later, a corpse somehow appeared before your eyes. Is that it? You're right. Is it getting slightly southern? Yeah. My American isn't always perfect. You're right. You haven't explained away anything. In fact, that would barely qualify as an excuse. Oh, Paradise, what's going on? Look, I'm wearing your thingings. What is this called? Bracelet. That's what it is. I thought you were my mute apprentice. What are you doing? Like cross-examining me now? It's so rude. So crazy. Yet it turns out you have the way with words. Prosecutor Asogi. Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
It would appear to be a singular
What did I press? Oh, I accidentally pressed something. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. I didn't accidentally stop streaming or something. Imagine if I accidentally just pressed a button. Don't press a button!
Singular tale indeed.
Singular isn't the word. It's laughable. Oh god, how harsh. Afterglow Ampharos, what's going on? How are ya? What got into Kazuma? He's not behaving like himself at all. Yeah, that's why he's in jail. That's why he's not on his spot up here anymore, because he's not behaving well. You being bad. Bad, Kazuma. Whoopsie. Sorry.
Very well then. Counsel, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. Look at my eyes, look at my eyes. Just the eyes, not around the eyes. You're under. The facts of the incident. I was investigating Gregson, and my inquiries that led me to that address. Press. You were investigating the inspector. What on earth for? Well, I'm not at liberty to say. Sorry? I identified a distinct possibility that Gregson was involved in a case I was investigating. Regrettably, though, he was killed before I could secure the proof I needed. So what was I gonna do? If he's dead, I can't investigate. It's crazy.
Is the court to understand, then, that on the day in question you followed the victim to the scene?
No, I was privy to his movements in advance.
Oh.
I stole into his office in the yard and consulted his diary. I just initially read diarrhea, and it's just brought up a very weird picture in my head. Ah, welcome to my brain. The address on Fresno Street was noted in the 5 p.m. entry. You illegally entered the man's office. In Japan, that alone would constitute a very serious offense. Brock's accent is going on a cross-country journey. It's just everywhere. It's just going all over the place.
As it does in Great Britain, I assure you, is that not the case, Lord Van Zeeks?
I was aware of the possible consequences. So, in summary, you were investigating the victim. And yet you refused to tell the court why. I didn't realize British prosecutors enjoyed such freedom to choose what to divulge under oath.
Why is Ryunosuke suddenly speaking like Arnold?
Why did I ever think I could defend this man?
Okay.
When I first entered the courtroom that day, it was dark inside and I saw no one. It was crazy. It was so insane. I don't like it when a room is so dark. That's why I have all these like flashing lights here in my room, because I don't want it to be dark. It scares me. Had you ever been to the address before? No, never, I swear. I would never do that. I only learned of the place as a result of my investigations into Gregson's activities. Did I accidentally say sextivities? Because that'd be weird. I would never do that. That's strange. There was no light inside when I entered, so it was all but impossible to make out anything. But at 5 p.m., the sun would only just have gone down. It would still have been reasonably light outside. The room has a window, but it was boarded shut. Crazy. Very little light found its way in the room from the outside, so it was extremely murky inside. I wouldn't have noticed if the victim was already lying on the floor. There was no artificial light in the room, you say? You're quite sure? Quite sure? I'm quite sure that the part of the room where the body was found was very dark. It was so dark. I have a feeling there was a small oil lamp burning on the desk, though I couldn't say for certain. Look, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh my god, the chat is so delayed right now, isn't it? Is the chat delayed? Can I like... Can I like restart the chat? Would that change anything? Because I don't want to restart the whole stream. What happens if I do... Does that change anything? Maybe it doesn't change anything. It's just so behind. Oh well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's just what it is.
There's a small desk in the room just here.
Yes, I remember, and there was an oil lamp on it, as well as the framed photograph.
When I entered the room, I closed the door behind me and started towards the desk to investigate. Yes, totally did. Why, are you crazy? And what did you find? Nothing. I never actually reached the desk. I swear. I didn't do anything. Oh my god. Deadly Sarbear. Thank you. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. What is the thing explosion on the screen doing? Thank you for the resub. But what was with those emotes just went like that's crazy. A moment later, I heard the gunshots. I don't like this voice anymore. I'm gonna change it. What do I do? A moment later, I spun around and saw the revolver on the floor. You're right. Maybe I do this voice for him. I just change it up a bit. Oh my god, another resub. Kakimochi-i? Oh, gift subs. Deadly Sarbear. Thank you. You're so kind. Thank you so much. Is the stream weird? And I mean, now that these things are they're going crazy. I guess there's something weird about it. Maybe it has to do with the... Hold on. I want... No. Because they did go crazy. I don't understand why it... Oh, well, I don't really know how this works. Should I just restart this stream and then we get, like, caught up? Should I just restart OBS quick? We have an ad break coming up. Does it have to do with stream elements? I don't really understand. Oh well. Oh, thank you, Deadly Sarbear. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. So, who fired the gun? Who fired the gun? Tell us. I've no idea. Darling. I didn't see anybody else in the room. I don't even know what that is now. I've no idea. Hello, Emma's son Art. How's it going? Welcome. But you say it was very dark in there. Yes, that's right. I'm quite sure of that. Yeah, maybe I'm just gonna restart this stream and OBS because it's just being so weird. Is it now frozen anyway? Yeah, now it's frozen anyway. What does it have to do with the... Maybe my laptop is rather hot. Oh, shit. I don't know what's going on now. Has it crashed now? Yeah, it's kind of weird and slow now, isn't it? I thought I did everything right this time. Maybe it is because it's a little bit warm. Maybe I'm gonna... I do have this... Hold on. I have this cooling pad. Maybe I'm gonna put this cooling pad underneath it and see if that helps. And then I might restart the stream and see if that can... Hold on, but I'll need to... Yeah. It's also confusing. Hold on, I'm gonna put this here. I got this like big ass bloody cooling pad. Maybe if I plug that in, maybe it'll cool down my MacBook a little. And then maybe it won't go nuts. So I'll do this. Maybe this will cool it a little. And then I'm just gonna do a quick restart of the stream. And then... Now this is like lower. I'm not used to that. But I'm just gonna do that. And then maybe... I think if I do it like within 1 minute, it kind of doesn't affect anything anyway. So just give me 1 minute and I'll be right back. Hello? Am I online? Can you hear me? So, I've changed two things. Ooh, this looks really smooth, maybe? I've changed another thing, like another encoder that says it's faster. So maybe this will give us less issues. I changed to 30 FPS and I changed the encoder to whatever. It says fastest, but might be blurry. I'm like, fine. Let it be blurry. Let it be blurry. Okay? And let's see where autosave saved us. Silly. The good thing about, I guess, like this kind of game is that it doesn't really need, 60 FPS or anything like that. So, let's do it. I think we're back. This looks good. This looks good to me. Fast encoder. Low quality. Great success. Yeah, I ain't fucking starting my 5th decade with just crashes and everything. Screw that. Screw that. I have the power. And I ain't letting nothing rattle me. Don't stop me now, 'cause I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now if you wanna have a good time. Just fix OBS or something. Or maybe I need to get a new MacBook. This is an M2 MacBook. They're supposed to be fast, aren't they? Stupid. I bought it like last year, I think, didn't I? It's not that long ago. Oh well. All I can tell you, I didn't sense another's presence. I think we're just gonna... Oh my god, it's getting all choppy again. Again? God damn it. Even after changing everything. Is it because I made fun of OBS? I sang a song and made fun of OBS. So OBS was like, well, fuck you. But I think it was just a momentary lapse, wasn't it? I think it's okay. I think it's okay. All I can tell you is I didn't sense another's presence. Aha! Then it could be that the gunshot actually originated from somewhere outside the room. No, that's out of the question. Oh. Without doubt, the sound emanated from inside the room. I could smell the gunpowder. I really liked it. I smelled the gunpowder and I liked it. No, it doesn't work. This is going from bad to worse. And you say that's the point at which you noticed the revolver on the floor? Nobody move! Nobody screw with anything! I'm gonna research how to make sure that the stream is less choppy. I'm gonna do some research, like a researcher person. Because that's what I am, I'm a researcher person. Correct, and I foolishly picked it up. That was carelessness on my part.
Presumably then, the gunshot you heard came from the firearm that you somewhat hastily took in your hands.
In point of fact, my lord, I believe it did not. It did not. What? What? The barrel of the revolver I picked up was cold, and there was no smell of spent powder. What? But then, where on earth is the gun that was fired? Whilst I would like to oblige you with an answer, I'm afraid I can't. I too would dearly like to know that. Just as I picked the firearm up to examine it, the door flew open and I heard a man scream. Well, who was that man? A man, you say? One of the witnesses, I presume? That's right. One of the street merchants working on Fresno Street. Well, that was convenient. That they were just ready to jump in through the door.
Who are these merchants?
A number of them had set up their stalls directly beneath the boarded window of the crime scene. A match seller, a newsmonger, and a peddler. They've all... That sounds like a joke, right? A match seller, a newsmonger, and a peddler walk into a bar. What's the joke? Somebody says, what's new? And the newsmonger says, how the hell should I know? The match seller set me on fire? That's so terrible. I just feel so much shame. So much shame. It's hard to come up with funny things on the spot. It's very, very hard. It's very difficult. Anyway, they've all given statements they heard the gunshot. Good effort? Nah, don't. That wasn't even good effort. That was just terrible. That was just awful. The dad jokes need work. I know. It's because I'm not a dad. I don't know. I just don't know. It was a millennial joke. Oh, thank you, Corinanda. Was that for my great joke telling? Maybe I should get a book of jokes. I should get a book of dad jokes, and then I can just read them out. Cause then I don't have to come up with them myself, cause I'm not that funny. Do I have any uncle jokes? I don't think I have any yet. I'll think of some. It genuinely got you giggling. Corinanda, thank you so much for supporting me in my funniness. Thank you. And without thought of danger, they ran inside to see what had happened. I don't trust these witnesses. They seem suspicious. They were just there, ready to run in. Yes, Gina told us about that yesterday, didn't she? They burst through the door with some force, it would seem. Interesting. They did, and almost gave me a heart attack in the process. It was just me and a corpse lying there. Gosh. But you're supposed to be the Reaper. The first man to come in immediately noticed the revolver in my hand and fled. Can you imagine? Who would do that? A policeman patrolling on Fresno Street heard the commotion and was able to arrest the accused shortly after the incident occurred. He really turned into an old lady now. Well, he was talking about getting a heart attack. I think that was fitting. Anyway, the man's scream drew my attention in that direction. It was only then that the body of Inspector Gregson appeared before me, like some ghostly form. Imagine being afraid of firearms. Yeah, ridiculous. Second Amendment, man. Bro. I'm not a fan of guns, just to be clear. Anyway, what do you mean by that? In what way did the body appear? I honestly can't explain it, but it's the truth. It is. Mark not makes. What don't I make? Wait. Man, imagine being the policeman who got to Merizian. I don't know what you were trying to say there. We need some cooling down. We need some static. Cherry mayo, no. Oh, it got loud. ASMR with Mark Takeshi Ota. As far as I was concerned, the body hadn't been there until that point, and then suddenly, there it was. Did you perhaps hear the sound of the victim falling to the ground just beforehand? At that moment, what I heard was the sound of the door flying open and a scream of the man who came inside first. Nothing more. Wait, research purposes, what? Labubu? Am I not, do I know what a labubu is? I do not know what a labubu is. I've never heard of a labubu. But, labubu? Should I be knowing that? Is that a thing? I see. After the man fled, I examined the body. I also don't know what the fuck a labubu is, though I've heard the word about 1 billion times. Who's saying labubu? Y'all need to explain it to me now, otherwise I'm gonna look it up, and if it's something naughty, then y'all gonna be in trouble. Are you gonna be? I better don't open another window because I don't want my laptop to crash again or something. I was stunned to find that it was Gregson. What is labubu? You tell me now. You tell me now, children. What's going on? What is a labubu? I will not be in trouble. We go to gay baby jail if labubu is weird. At first I thought labubu was a silly way of saying lobotomy. It is not. It's not something naughty, Mark. We promise. Naruko Delgado. The fact that no one wants to really divulge it makes me think it is something I should stop saying.
Most curious circumstances indeed.
How the inspector was killed, or how his body seemed to appear out of nowhere. It's not naughty. Is it a viral thing that people just say? People just say, labubu, 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 labubu. I have no idea.
Objection!
Objection? What are you objectioning about? Surely. The court has heard enough. My lord, the cross-examination has clearly revealed that the accused, Baroque Van Zieks, is lying on multiple fronts. What? What is that supposed to mean?
Good gracious, counsel!
Who's saying this? The defendant is lying, you say? In his testimony just now, he claims that he failed to notice the victim's body because the room was dark. That's correct. Correct indeed. No, that's impossible. As proven by this candelabrum. How does that prove anything? If you examine the tip of the long candle, you can see it has been blown off by a powerful impact.
One would assume that the projectile from the firearm passed through the victim and struck the candle.
Yeah, one would indeed. The problem comes when you consider the other 2 candles, which are clearly of a different length.
Yes, I can see that only the candle that appears to have been struck by the bullet is long.
We could reasonably expect someone to have lit all 3 candles together. Oh, so the assumption here is that the big candle has been shot and then stopped being lit anymore, but the other 2 just kept going and getting smaller. So they would have been candlelight, which begs the question of why only one has ended up longer than the others. That must be because that particular candle was extinguished when the others were still burning. Ah! That's right. When the candle was hit by the bullet, it obviously went out, but the other 2 candles would still have been burning. So, the fact is, the victim's body would have been illuminated by the light still thrown by the candelabrum. and the accused's claim that he couldn't see the body clearly contradicts those facts. And now, the next lie. There's more? More lies? The accused also claims never to have visited the scene of the crime before. That's the truth. I am not lying. In that almost empty room, the police discovered something very unusual. I have a very big piece of paper to say so. A board covered from top to bottom in police documents and newspaper cuttings. Yes, that's right. We saw it too. It goes without saying that the contents of the police documents cannot be divulged. However, they included a number of reports from various historical cases, the oldest of which was from 10 years ago. 10 years ago? This is starting to sound familiar. And there is a common thread linking all of the documents on that board.
Indeed. What is this common thread, Counsel? I am on my tippy toes and really excited to hear.
They all relate to cases prosecuted in court by Barak Van Zieks. Barak? Is this smug Kazuma? He's looking like kind of smug Kazuma right now, doesn't he? All of them? And furthermore, all those cases are ones in which the defendant was acquitted.
Good Lord!
Interestingly, none of those defendants are alive today. Because all of them have been sent to their graves by the Reaper. I don't know who that is. Smugzuma? Kazmugma? What? Kazmugma? Smugzuma? I think Smugzuma works better. Kazmugma sounds wrong. And I'm not going to explain why it sounds wrong. Oh no. In short, that dingy little room. Thank you, Barrack's footstool. I said I'm not gonna explain it. I don't know what you mean. This is not a math test, okay? Oh, now OBS is going crazy again. Encoding overloaded. Consider turning down video something. So annoying. We can move on. Yeah, this is like a very played-in team. LC always goes, "Ugh!" And Kitchen goes, "Move on, everyone." And Noodle is just like, "Doo, doo, 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 doo." Anyway, we're continuing. It's all out of love. Exactly. We are played in team. That is just a team behavior. That's what's happening. Team building exercise. It's the Reaper's secret hideout and his base. Wait, what did he say before this? In short, that dingy little room is the Reaper's secret hideout and his base of operations? The Reaper's hideout? And yet, the Reaper would claim never to have been to his own secret hideout? No one would believe that, no. The truth is, we've been looking at this backwards. Backwards? Explain, Counsel. Oh, is he trying to say... What is he trying to say? Yeah, Inspector, that's what I thought. Gregson was investigating the Reaper and then found Barak. That's what he's saying. When he discovered the location of the man's secret hideout, he was killed. As I'm sure everyone can imagine. By the Reaper's hand. Wow. Wow, that made Ryunosuke literally fall over.
Oda, Oda, Oda. Very well. I hereby state the current opinion of the court. Barok Van Zieks is an outstanding prosecutor who has rendered great service to his country. However, it is with deep regret that I must concur with Prosecutor Asogi's contention.
No, no, don't concur.
That the defendant's testimony exhibits a number of stark inconsistencies with the known facts.
All I've done is state the truth as I know it. Kazuma's done a brilliant job as ever. He's drawing on his experience as a defense attorney to build his prosecution case. And it's formidable. I don't know what to do. It's so formidable. Oh, God. That's my whole table creaking.
Counsel, you will submit the board that you just showed the court.
Eh? The board that you just showed the court as evidence.
I believe it to be fundamental in establishing the facts surrounding the Reaper's existence.
Thank you, my lord. Notice board has been entered into the court record. And now, the prosecution would like to call... Wait, but we didn't even cross-examine the witness. Call new witnesses to the stand. We didn't really cross-examine him properly. I guess maybe that was the point. Witnesses who saw events unfold on the day in question. They were mentioned in the previous testimony too, if you remember. Yes, the street sellers who heard the gunshots and went running into the room. Just one gunshot. Now it's lagging for you? Oh, I'm sorry, Streamed Sams. But I think is it in general okay? It doesn't give me a warning again that it's lagging. Oh no, it started. Now it is starting to lag again. Ah. Love skipping the crossing. Love the law system in. Sure, there are no flaws whatsoever. I feel like it's just occasionally still... It might be that, like, maybe my laptop is just hot. Maybe that's just that. I mean, it is plugged in, but maybe I should just unplug it? Would it be less hot if I just unplugged it? And then I'm just on battery? I don't know. It does get... Maybe it is because it's warm? It's okay again now. So annoying. So annoying. It's only using like 8.6% of my CPU. So why is it being so mad at me? It just doesn't make sense. Crazy.
Very well, lead the witnesses in. The defendant may step down from the witness stand.
Certainly, my lord. And he's gone. Oh no, isn't that... Was that Beppo? Was that his name? So, witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court.
He's like big lips. Names? We don't use names. Far too fancy for the likes of us.
We're just free and easy. Sell what we like. Live where we want to live.
Was this Beppo? Lippo? Beppo. It was Beppo. Was he Italian? Wasn't he Italian? I give them all they can stare as they walk down Fresno, and I spin a few words into a verse for them. Was he Italian? I think he's Italian, right?
would be right in assuming that all three of you make your living by selling wares on the street.
Hey, everyone calls me Gossip. I sell jaunty little tidbits to passers-by, you know.
Jaunty little tidbits.
Got an absolute smasher for you, sir. Right up your ginnel it is. 6 pence the price, and not a penny less.
You're in court. Wait, you're actually trying to sell it to me now?
Oh, come on, sir. Don't tell me you're not interested.
Try the man. Give him the money and see what it is. Why are they making me pay? That is not fair. This is not how this should be working.
Pay the man, counsel.
All right. 6 pence it is.
You won't regret it, sir, now. Got your listening ears on? Just between us, a young couple on Slate Street have just had wins.
What the fuck? Is that it?
No, that's not it. It's gossip, isn't it? It wants to spread. But that bit's up to you and your mouth, of course. I've got more, you know. Want another? Just you want 6 pence apiece it is if you're curious.
I am curious, yes, about what's going on just under that fat bottom lip of yours. Namely, that unusual bruise or whatever it is that's poking out from under your collar. Yeah. Oh god, you got an injury. What about the next witness then? What name do you go by and what do you sell?
Me? I'm Venus. That's what everyone calls me. Funny, innit?
Oh, she's landing, innit? Oh my god, she sells explosives.
I sell these lovely little fireworks to all local school kids. 6 pence a pop. What'd you say? Would you like some? It exploded.
You weren't exaggerating with little. Do they actually sell?
Oh yeah, the second years can't get enough of my Venus firecrackers. Especially when I told them that if they get 100, they could blow up the whole school.
Not the most savory of ideas,
Young lady,
In 2025, she'd be selling dodgy vapes to unites. Damn. Yeah, maybe.
What'd you say then, eh? Want a pot with 6 pence for a pop?
Wait, what? You want me to buy one?
Tell you what, I'll let you in on a little secret. If you get 100 of him, you could blow up the whole courtroom. Wouldn't that be lovely, eh? Wouldn't that be sweet?
Try the woman. Why does everyone
Give her the money and see if she's right.
pay the woman, counsel.
Why is everyone making me pay? All right, I buy one.
Lovely stuff. Right then, this is something a bit extra just for you. The Venus Special, only 600 pence.
This is 600.
It's 100 of my regular fireworks. Nothing little about that, is there?
And there'd be nothing little about the punishment if I blew up the Old Bailey. Either. Right? Okay. So I just have them now, but they're not set off yet. And the last witness. What name do you go by and what do you sell? Why does it say Lou? Does he sell toilets? Can people pee?
I'm a thinker, me. I think all of sorts of thoughts. I think, therefore I am. I am, therefore I think. I think. Because I stand there on the street watching the world go on about me. They call me the observator. Get out of it, old man. Everyone calls you Sandwich, and you know it.
So, you don't actually sell anything?
The problem shared is the problem halved, as they say. I give it advice, I do, and I think what it means. I don't actually sell anything, no, come to think of it.
So, wait, is he the same person as Beppo in the first one? Or is he just... Does he just look like him? Is he the same person? No spoilers. But he looks exactly like him, right? Is he actually Italian? Pity. No more purchases today, please.
Well, we have quite a cast here, it seems.
They conduct their business on Fresno Street from morning until night, my lord. And always in the same place, directly adjacent to the crime scene.
I see. And thus they heard the gunshot, I suppose.
Oh, Dragon Nerd Izzy, what's going on? You making linguine. Oh, that sounds delicious. Lemon and prawn linguine. I'd love some lemon and prawn linguine. That sounds great. Not only that, but they very bravely ran inside to see what was going on and witnessed the crime.
Well, I'd be beggared, I thought, just between us. Venus Tomato, what am I to say? What am I to do? What a terrible thing that I saw. What? What I think is, if all what we see is light and shadow playing with our eyes, is any of it real?
Very well. The court will hear the formal testimony of these three witnesses now. You will describe in detail what you witnessed and heard at the time of the incident.
We go witness account. Oh shit, I should have taken the ad break to refill my thinking, because I'm almost empty. I'll do it in a minute. We saw the whole thing from start to finish. We did everything from the moment they went in the building. Did you know?
It was less than a minute after the Reaper had gone inside that we all heard a big bang. Seems to me that the quick to talk is quick to walk. Gossip couldn't wait to go and see what had happened.
What? What is he saying?
I ran into the room and there he was, the Reaper, gun in hand, standing over the dead body.
I was scared after. Why is she Italian now? I was scared half to death.
I was scared after death, me, so I ran off to find a copper.
If these witnesses were there the whole day and saw everything, who did they see going inside the building? Only the victim, Inspector Gregson, and the accused, Baroque Van Zieks.
I've seen pictures of that Reaper in the paper. I know what he looks like. And just between us, folk love stories like this. I've made myself a tidy sum already.
But wait, the room was just one of several flats in the building. Someone from another flat could have done it. All those flats on Fresno Street are unoccupied. Did I thumbs down again?
How? But did I? I don't think so. Thumbs up? course they are. They are small, damp, dirty, and expensive to boot.
The room in which the inspector was found is the only property in the building that's currently leased. And we know the leaseholder's name, don't we? It's Hugh Boone. I know exactly what he's called.
The testimony the court has just heard would appear to leave little room for doubt. It's becoming increasingly difficult to see how anyone other than the defendant could have committed the crime.
No. Stop.
Thank you for your candor, my lord. Excuse me. Counsel for the defense, you may proceed to cross-examine the witness.
Yes, my lord. In a closed court like this, without a jury, the judge is the only person whose opinion matters. I have to break down this testimony. Somehow. All right, finally! We have a cross-examination. Jesus. The other one didn't really count, did it? Because we never got to cross-examine Baroque.
We saw the whole thing from the start to finish. We did everything from the moment they went in the building. Let's press them all in.
Hugh Boone is the name. What are you all saying? Well, who's that huge bone you're talking about? Never heard of him. When you say they, who do you mean exactly? Inspector Gregson and the defendant, Lord Van Zeeks?
I suppose so. The likes of us don't know the names of the high and mighty. I tell you one thing, it was the old Reaper that went in last, that's for sure and certain.
Just behind Inspector Gregson. Did they arrive at the same time as each other?
No, not at all. The first fellow must have gone inside a good 15 minutes before we heard that gunshot.
The victim arrived 15 minutes before. Are you sure about that?
Am I sure? Am I sure? Does it seem likely that I'd have forgotten a fellow with bright red hair like that, does it? Bright red hair?
So who's that then?
Yeah, his hair really were red, weren't it? Redder than my flaming fireworks, even.
Was it Sholmes?
That fiery red mob still burned on the inside of my eyelids, it is.
Wait a minute. You're saying the man was... Oh, but we did find a wig on the floor. There was a wig on the floor. You're saying the man was a redhead?
Weren't you listening, chump? Oh, he was a redhead, and he had a big trunk with him as well.
But Inspector Gregson's hair isn't red. Not by any stretch of the imagination. It seems likely that the person you saw wasn't, in fact, Inspector Gregson at all, but some other third party. No, I hate to break it to you, but the witnesses are correct. What? Just have a look at this photograph of the victim taken... Photograph of the victim taken at the scene. Yeah, it's the... Yes, that's Inspector Gregson, all right. Oh, and he did. And a red hairpiece. Ah! Of course. We saw one on the floor when we investigated the scene, didn't we? I still refuse to believe Inspector Gregson wore a hairpiece, though. So yeah, somebody could have killed him and then just put the hairpiece there. So then why on earth would he have been wearing something like that?
The color does seem to suit the man, one might say. The photograph will be submitted as evidence. Please, counsel.
Mysterious. And what became of the trunk that the red-headed victim was supposedly carrying? I was informed that no trunk was found at the scene. So it just disappeared.
What, do you expect us to have been watching the building every second, do you? We definitely saw him in the dock going in, though. No question about that. It was less than a minute after the Reaper had gone inside that we all heard a big bang.
By which, presumably, you mean the gunshot.
I sell these little things, don't I? How would I know what a gunshot sounds like? But I've always thought it probably sounds a bit like this, doesn't it?
And you say that you heard the noise almost as soon as you saw the defendant here enter the building.
That's right. It was almost straight away. Bang! It went just like that. Well, he's the Reaper, isn't he? It's what the French call a fait accompli. When a Reaper's around, people are going in the ground. I mean, that's what he does, isn't it?
I think we get the message. The Reaper couldn't allow the inspector to live after he discovered his secret hideout. There can be no clearer motive for the crime.
Yes. It's certainly an eminently credible motive.
Great. And at that point, you ran inside. Is that correct?
It seems to me that quick to talk is quick to walk. Gossip couldn't wait around. Couldn't wait to go and see what had happened.
So, when Gossip ran to see what had happened, did you go too?
Well, me, I'm a bit hampered, see? All the signs are that I can't move very well.
You were away behind, presumably, with that sandwich board around your neck and that big sign in your hand. What a great burden you bear. Pardon me for asking, Mr. Sandwich, but is it possible you and I have met before? There we go, finally.
I am not anybody, me. The signs are what make me who I am now. I sign, therefore I am.
So, you weren't employed as an omnibus driver just under a year ago then?
I might be mistaken, but I believe his trembling has intensified, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, I agree. He's clearly been through a lot.
Turn down King Henry Street and the Black Widower's Arms is just there.
Oh dear.
You've made him hide behind a sign.
Life is full of surprises.
I ran into the room and there he was, the Reaper, gun in hand, standing over the dead body.
So then, you were the first person to arrive on the scene, is that right?
That I was. Kicked the door open like a professional I did and yelled out, "What's going off here?"
What's going off here? Lord Van Zieks claims all he heard was a man's scream, though. And was it dark inside the room?
No, not dark at all. There were candles burning on the wall.
Really?
And there was a fella collapsed on the floor. Just between us. It's the first thing I noticed when I got inside. I got a very good brain, you see.
I see. Even though Lord Van Zieks claims not to have seen any such lights on the wall.
The next thing I noticed was someone standing right beside the body.
The accused, Baroque Van Zieks.
That's right, the pale-faced Reaper himself. I was a little shocked, I won't deny it. But I'm no lily-livered coward. I stood my ground and gave the Reaper a cold, hard stare myself. And you kind of disagree with that, do you, my dear Sandwich?
Do you have something to add, Mr. Sandwich?
There's really nothing to me. Empty in the head I am, just 2 slices with no middle. So, I don't know what you could want with me.
I think that maybe you just remembered something. Having heard Mr. Gossip's last statement, I mean.
What I think is we're all nothings, really. We try to dress ourselves up as something else, but at the end of the day, we are all just street sellers. It's enough out of you, Sandwich. Keep your trap shut now. Unless you want us to make you into a real sandwich. When he saw the Reaper, he fell clean over on his backside.
That's it?
Oh, you rotten beggar. I told you to keep that a secret. He screamed, he did, screamed and scrambled off on all fours. And that's all I wanted to say.
Mr. Gossip, is this true?
The floor was dead slippery, that's why. It's not because I'm scared. I'm not a scared person. I'm very brave indeed. I'm not a little baby, I'm very brave. Planted my head in a filthy pool of blood, didn't I? Yuck! Wouldn't you be scared?
What? A pool of blood?
But listen here, even when I was sprawled on the floor, I still kept giving that Reaper a cold, hard stare. And don't you forget it.
Let's just go back a little. Did you say you got blood on your hand?
I did. It happens to the best of us at times, doesn't it? So I was scared. So I slipped over. Well, we can keep it just between us, can't we? Just between us.
No, Mr. Gossip. I'm going to have to ask you to add that information to your formal testimony, you douche.
Oh, if I must.
The witness will amend his testimony to include the aforementioned details at once.
Okay, Kazuma, not happy about that?
I slipped over and got blood on my hands, so I quickly wiped it off on the floor.
You wiped your hand on the floor?
Well, who wants blood on his hand, eh? Horrible stuff. And they might have thought I'd done it. No tar.
And you didn't think that might be a problem?
Does it really matter if I left a few grubby handprints on the floor? They'll get cleaned up in the end, won't they? And don't make such a fuss. That's the message from all of us.
Is something wrong, Counsel? No, my lord. I didn't remember anything in the report about a bloody handprint on the floor. That's all.
Oh, don't come at me with all that. You can't intimidate me. I know what I did. I wiped it off on the floor, the blood. Yes, I did.
I wonder, could that be what happened? Mr. Naruhodo? I don't have all the answers yet, but I think we may have just uncovered a vital clue. Huh. What? Do we have a picture of the crime scene? Like the whole... Well, we don't have a picture of the whole room, do we? There's blood there. Why would there be blood right at the door? That doesn't make any sense. Because if you look at the picture, the door is here. Why would there be blood? Like he opens the door and he slips. The person that was shot is here. Like, why would there be blood over here? That doesn't make any sense. Something is amiss. Because also if I look at this, resulting in scorch marks at point of entry, the bullet exit from the body from behind. Additional, observing the caliber of the gun used matches that of a standard issue firearms of members of the judiciary. Oh, and there's so much stuff on here. Look at that.
Oh, what's this? Mr. Naruhodo, look!
Oh, yes. It's a smudge of some kind. In fact, it looks just like a handprint. Ah, see, my instinct strikes again.
And the color. That's blood, isn't it? Oh dear, how disturbing.
Completely covered in notes and articles relating to... Right, so there's bloody handprints on the back. I mean, we haven't really... What do these all say? There are details of a whole raft of cases dating back years on here, aren't there? This paper from 10 years ago is browning with age, look. Out of interest, the most recent thing appears to be this newspaper cutting. Oh. It's the same red-headed league advertisement that Mr. Sholmes had picked out. And do you remember there was a red hairpiece at the scene too? Was Inspector Gregson an exponent of the red-headed league then? Okay, so what does this mean then? Does this mean that the board was like on the floor before? I'm not entirely sure what that means.
I was scared half to death, me, so I ran off to find a copy.
So you didn't run into the room with your friends?
I'm not that sort of girl.
Sorry?
I'm a timid little thing, me. I was too scared to go in there.
Ah, right, I see.
Old Libby and the witch. And the witch ran in there. And then I heard a sort of old lady scream. Well, that wasn't me, I swear. If I were a gentleman, I'd stake my honour on it. I wondered what on earth was going on.
Which is when you went to find a policeman. The witch, indeed.
And I ran into a copper as soon as I turned the corner. So I brought him straight back to the place. Didn't I do well, eh? So well. Just between us, that copper's eyes nearly popped out of his head when he saw the Reaper. I've never felt more uncomfortable in all my life.
And the defendant was arrested on the spot, I believe.
Considering the catalogue of killings the Reaper had carried out, it was a particularly inauspicious end. Okay. So, the judge will give a ruling of guilty, Mr. Naruhodo. The truth is, though, their combined testimony is fairly damning. Unfortunately, there don't seem to be any obvious problems with their statements, do there? Still, if Lord Van Zieks really is innocent, then I'm almost certain that we'll find something in there that doesn't quite add up. You don't think that one of these three could be the true culprit, do you? I don't know, but what I do know is that there's more to this case that has yet to be brought to light. I would say we just present the board on the handprint thing, right? That seems like the reasonable course of action. So, but then the question is, did he go further into the room, or was the board for some reason on the floor? but I'm quite sure this should be that.
Objection!
There you go. Easy peasy. Didn't even need to investigate any other pieces of of evidence. See, I just sensed it. I was like, oh, there's something there going on with the board. Pro gamer. I did not look this up. I don't know if people have been following that pirate software drama or something like that. And I mentioned it briefly before, but I've looked a little bit up on it and stuff, and because he's been accused of kind of looking up stuff in very difficult games and then pretending like he didn't look it up, right? And I'm like, I don't know if he did or didn't do that. It looks kind of like he did, but like, I'm like, why would you do that? Like, it seems so weird to kind of play a game and then pretend like you did this all by yourself. I don't know. That's really like fragile ego kind of behavior, isn't it? You know what someone would say? He would say, that's insane behavior. That's insane behavior. Yeah, that's what that is. That's insane. Wait. I don't think I can do his voice. Wait, guys. That's insane kind of behavior. What is his accent like? Behavior. Because he's American, but it's like, no. I forget what he said. Yeah, that's kind of insane kind of behavior. Insane. Anyway, back to it. We know. Yeah, I would never cheat. If I look something up, I'm honest about it. It's like, hey, I have no idea what this is. I don't have to cheat. I'm Ryunosuke. I figured it out all on my own. So you wiped off the blood from your hand on the floor of the room. Are you quite sure about that? Well, what else do you expect me to have done, eh? Does it really matter?
Objection!
And I've got Clippy, that's right. The police found no such handprint on the floor during their investigations. What exactly is the defense asserting? Oh, we're just objecting to each other constantly. If you listen, you'll find out. Prosecutor Asogi. Yeah. Stop fucking interrupting me. That's why you are in jail, okay? That's why you do not belong up here anymore. Because you don't listen. Gotta listen. Sorry. Got a little bit aggressive there. Yeah. Just you just exclamation mark there. Ellipses. Zip it. Kazumipit, zip it, kazipit. Certainly. There was no bloody handprint found. On the floor. What are you trying to say? There was a handprint in blood left very clearly at the scene. On the back of this notice board.
Why, yes, indeed. Indubitably, indisputably, a handprint in the distinctive color of blood. One might even say is red.
Oh, you're dead right. That's my right hand. I know it anywhere.
Who knows their own handprint? Why do you know what your own handprint looks like? What are you whining about now? I told you to shut it. I told you to zip it. The witness very definitely testified that he wiped his hand on the floor. Any handprints on the back of the board are irrelevant.
Objection!
Not if the board itself had fallen over onto the floor. In that case, it's quite possible for the witness's handprint to have ended up there. Just look at the floor plan of the room. The notice board was in the opposite corner of the room to the victim, and in an upright position. Even if it had somehow been toppled and was lying on the floor at the time. It would have been a considerable distance from the body. Well, yeah, it means that somebody maybe moved the body. I fell over when I came across the body. No, I was basically right next to the corpse, not on the other side of the room. In other words, the defense's assertion is contradictory. Yes, it is. There's a very definite contradiction here, for which there must be a reason. Yo, Abijah plays. What's going on? How are you? I take it that you've formulated a proper hypothesis, Counsel. Regarding this apparent discrepancy between the witness's account and the handprint found at the scene. I have, my lord. This discrepancy between the witness's account and the location is explained by... Wait, what? Oh, hold on. Okay, history. I gotta figure shit out here. I somehow think the body was moved. Having an interesting mindset, so trying to figure it out. What? You are having an interesting mindset. Yeah, me too. Always have an interesting mindset. I'm like, what's with my mind? What's with my brain? Is explained by... I think it might be explained by the board moving. Potentially. I thought that maybe the body was moved. What is this here? Is that just a belt? Another handprint. Do we have another handprint? I don't know if we have another handprint. Where would we have another handprint? I don't see a handprint here. Is this the red-headed leak thing? There isn't really anything else, is there? No. I think it's the board moving. Or false testimony. That says false testimony. Maybe he's lying. The witness claims to have wiped his bloody hand on the floor, yet no sign of that remains at the scene. The simplest explanation is that the witness is lying.
Objection!
Just because it's the simplest explanation doesn't make it the correct one. Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Oh my god. He gave my whole name? Positing perjury simply because it suits you. You bring shame on your Japanese heritage. Shut up, Kazuma. He pointed at me and exploded things. I would ask you not to oversimplify matters again, Counsel. I don't remember fostering that kind of simplistic thinking in you. Well, you had amnesia, so what'd you want? Since when were you my father? Exactly. Clap back, Ryunosuke. Don't let him do this. Anyway, I was always taught to consider all possibilities. Then show me. There should be a bloody handprint on the floor. So where did it go? I'm ready to give the proper explanation to the court now, my lord. I take it that you formulated a proper hypothesis, Counsel. Blah, blah, blah. I have, my lord. I've... Well, then it is probably the board moving. It's just false testimony again. How about that? I mean, I assume the body was moved to something, but the real contradiction here is the handprint itself, not where it was found. As the court can see, it's upside down.
Good gracious, so it is. If the witness had put his hand against the board, the fingers should be pointing upwards.
What does that tell us? Oh, you don't know, Kazuma. You're not so smart now, are you? It tells one simple fact. When this handprint was made, the board must have been lying on the floor as I previously suggested, which means that after the incident, it must have been moved. What?
Objection!
How else would you explain it? You're claiming that somebody moved the notice board after the shooting.
Then tell the court who.
I don't know that yet. But the point is, when you consider all the testimony we've heard so far, we can now be very clear on one point.
And that would be?
The position of the notice board at the time of the incident, my lord. So, counsel?
I must ask you to clarify your assertion for the court. At the time of the incident, where do you maintain the notice board was situated?
Well, if his handprint was on it, and the way it's pointing, it would have been like kind of here. On the floor. Probably here.
Take that!
It was right here, my lord.
Goodness.
No, I'm afraid I don't quite see your logic. I'm disappointed, Ryunosuke. In Japan, stop! First, Barack always calls me Nipponese, and now you're shaming me? Like, it's like, oh, in Japan, we're taught to have patience and respect for our elders. So until his lordship sees your logic, you will know your place and not move from that spot. Yeah, I screwed it. It's fine, I'll figure it out. How brilliant of Kazuma-sama. That almost sounded unreasonable at first, but he was just thinking of you. Unreasonable? Try unfathomable. Anyway, I think I have the answer now. Yeah, I know my place. Or rather, I know the board's place. I mean, it would have been somewhere there, then maybe it... In the logic of the game, then maybe it must be like... Because the guy ran in... and he immediately saw the corpse. I thought he was like, he fell down, and then basically his hand would have been to the right. That would have been completely logical if you look at the board. Because... Hold on, but it's... Did he say it was his right hand, or this is... Hold on, this is his right hand, yeah. So I thought you would fall down, and if it's to your right, then that would kind of make sense. But it depends on how he fell. Maybe he fell forward, in which case it could be like here. But did he say that he saw the body there? In which case it could also be on the other side, but then it wouldn't be his right hand. But he said he fell down and it was like right in front. So then maybe it should be here.
Take that!
Oh, this is incorrect again, isn't it? Shit. Okay, you think you have the answer now? Why wouldn't it be there? But on the other hand, he said, okay, fine, so maybe it's in front of the body? Is that what he's saying? It's got to be... Maybe it's got to be then next to the body. Ugh. That's so annoying. I mean, like, it doesn't feel like I have, like, that much information to say it with absolute... You should... Yeah, I'll save, Shadow, guys. Don't worry. I know how gaming works. Like, I'll save. I don't mind losing a couple of lives. It's okay. I'll get them back later as well. It's not that deep. So maybe... Maybe it's in front of the body then. Could it be here? It doesn't feel that satisfying because it doesn't feel like I have that much information about it. It feels, you know, he just said, because the guy just said he fell over. So then it must be in front of the body because... There we go. This is correct now. This is the only possible location. It's a different answer now.
Immediately adjacent to the doorway.
Well, that is kind of... If the court would think back to the testimony given by the defendant earlier, he said that when he entered the room, it was dark, and he couldn't see the body. Boy, Eck. If the notice board had been here, the body would have been completely hidden from view. And the light from the candles would have been blocked, making the room appear... darker.
Objection!
What? But the accused also claims that the victim's body simply appeared before him. That's true. Or in his precise words. Just as I picked the firearm up to examine it, the door flew open and I heard a man scream. It was only then that the body of Inspector Gregson appeared before me. I don't know about calling it a scream, but he was talking about me and... No mistake, because it was me that kicked the door open. If you look again at the floor plan, consider what would happen if the door to the room was thrown open with force. There you go. It would have been knocked over. That can't. The door struck the notice board, knocking it over and making the victim's So it was slightly dark because the board covered up the candles. Then it was knocked over. Barrock suddenly saw the body. Plus the guy screamed and saw the body. But then, still technically, there wouldn't have been blood right there. That doesn't make that much sense. Maybe something is still a bit off. Unless it's kind of like game logic that is just a little bit vague.
Good gracious.
My client has told nothing but the truth. He has simply described what he saw.
Order. Counsel, how has this not come to light before now?
After the incident, somebody must have righted the board and moved it into the position where the police, myself, and my colleagues saw it when investigating the room.
Witness, what have you to say for yourself?
What? Me, my lord? You and your fellows were there at the scene before anybody else. It goes without saying that you must know something about the position of the notice board.
The witnesses in the stand will testify again. You will each explain exactly what you did upon arriving at the scene of the crime.
Yeah, stop looking over your glasses at me. I get the message.
What is he? The mystery of... So are they all giving an... Alright, let me just... I've got an ad break coming in. And I'm gonna just go to the loo real quick, and I'll be right back. So I'll catch you all in a couple of minutes. Bye. Alrighty. What's going on? Let me just have a look at this witness thing. I don't know if I can make it through this, or if I don't know anything about that notice board. I just wiped my hand on it, that's all. Well, don't look at me. I haven't got a clue about it. I was doing business with some second years at the time. I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander, me. Just a sign at the crossroads of life. Oh yeah, you cooking, Dragon Nerd, is he? Linguine. Sounds delicious. It was that Reaper, I bet. He's got a face that screams bored. What? He's got a face that screams bored. I can't see how this changes anything anyway. The detective still died when he heard the gunshot.
So none of you can elaborate further. Shaken by the crime they witnessed, with only the light of a few candles and an oil lamp by which to see. We can't expect these witnesses to be able to give a more precise account of what happened.
Oh yeah, using a bit of wine for sauces and everything is always very good. That's right, yeah. I don't pay to expect too much. It's man's endless quest for knowledge that is destroying the world. That's what I think. Do you? Really?
In any case, as this testimony shows, even if the notice board was moved by somebody following the incident, it makes no difference. When the gunshot rang out, the accused was the only person at the scene. In short, the only person who could possibly have committed this crime is Baroque van Zieks. None of this wrangling over the board changes that simple fact. Quite so, quite so. Does the defense still wish to cross-examine the witnesses despite the circumstances?
Most certainly, my lord.
Very well, then you may proceed, counsel.
I don't know anything about that notice board. I just wiped my hand on it, that's all.
So you admit that it was the board you wiped your bloody hand on?
Admit it? What's to admit? It's there, plain as day for all you to see, a smashing print of my right hand.
Perhaps you wanted to hide that handprint. So you righted the notice board and pushed it into the corner, did you?
No, imagine the weight of that great lump. Do I look like a powerful and well-nurtured man?
Well, did you see anybody else moving the board?
I've got nerves of steel, I can tell you, but even I have my limits. There was a body on the floor in front of me, and the Grim Reaper himself standing over it. And there was precious little light inside either. My bottom lip was all a quiver.
In other words, these witnesses unable to give definite testimony on that point.
Yes, so it would seem.
Well, don't look at me. I haven't got a clue about it. I was doing business with some second years at the time.
When you say you were doing business with them, you mean you were selling them fireworks?
Yeah, what else? There's the primary school just around the corner, see? Those cheeky little so-and-sos have got a plan to blow their school to kingdom come.
Oh my lord, little criminals. Yeah.
So I've been telling on them, letting their teachers know what they're up to.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, wouldn't want anyone to get hurt, so I let the school know the kids are playing with dodgy toys. Then, praise the Lord, the teachers take all the fireworks off them. And then, praise the Lord again, the kids all come back to buy more. Everyone's happy, see?
What a racket.
Of course, and sometimes the teachers give me a little bonus to thank me for letting them know. It's a busy old life selling explosives.
Venus is a guileful goddess indeed. Wow.
Well, telling barefaced lies is kind of my thing, really. I'm ever so good at it.
If she's so good at telling lies, why are we supposed to believe her?
Something wrong, Mr. Sandwich? If I said it was, could we just leave it at that? Would that be the end of it? It's a me, a sandwich.
No? Did Miss Venus's statement just now bring something to mind, perhaps?
Philosophical thoughts, deep philosophical thoughts.
You have to go, T-boy Deutero. You have to go get your cats inside for the night. That's very important. Make sure your cats are safe.
Let's say there was a great liar. And that great liar said without batting an eye, telling barefaced lies is kind of my thing. I'm ever so good at it. But would those words of hers be a lie too? Or the truth? In which case, she's not a liar.
Very philosophical there, my friend.
Ooh, it's a hellish paradox, that one, don't you think?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But it seems to me you're suggesting Miss Venus has been lying, are you?
What are you on about, old man? Trying to cause trouble, are you?
Oh shit, she's a bit threatening.
Keep on like that. And I'll wrap your whole body in firecrackers and set 'em off. That'll give you something to tremble about, eh? Eh? Not at all terrifying, that little woman, is she?
You have a startlingly disturbing mind behind that sweet and innocent face, young lady.
So, Miss Venus has lied in her testimony. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Sandwich?
Well, if it means I'll be burning in hellfire for the rest of my days, so be it. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Can you elaborate, please, sir?
Old blabbermouth here headed for the room where the gunshots seem to come from. But there was someone else who crept up the stairs behind him too. That's right, that rotten liar over there.
Okay, so she's just laughing.
Do you mean to say that you did, in fact, betake yourself to the scene of the crime after all?
What did I tell you, eh?
I am actually Italian. I've been lying all along.
I said I was good at telling a barefaced lies, didn't I?
Yes, you mentioned it.
Well, that revelation rocked the whole courtroom, didn't it?
Who knew firecrackers packed such a punch?
So, you did indeed visit the scene of the crime, did you, young lady? Good grief!
Well, now you come to mention it. I suppose perhaps I do clearly remember climbing the stairs to the room, yeah?
Either you clearly remember it or you don't.
Well, I shall consider a fitting punishment for this perjurious act later. For the time being, you will immediately amend your testimony to reflect the truth.
Oh, yes, my lord, of course. Maybe I did sneak along behind gossip and have a little peek into the room where it all happened. Maybe I did.
You make a habit of lying, do you, Miss Venus?
Well, I suppose so. I don't really know, to be fair. If you want my advice, though, I take everything I say with a pinch of salt.
All right. But you did, in fact, go to the room where the victim was killed on the day in question, didn't you?
Oh, please, as if I would. I can't think of anything more terrifying.
The truth, please.
Well, all right, just a bit then. I mean, a girl my age is curious about stuff, you know?
Wait, what age is she? Does it say? Oh, just question mark. We don't know their ages. They're just mysterious. Did you touch anything at the scene?
Oh, please, as if I would. I mean, there was a dead body on the floor.
The truth, please.
Well, all right, just a bit then.
What does Kazuma like kind of have some kind of power over this young woman that he can just get her to say anything by just saying, the truth, please?
I had a look to see if there was anything I could sell. So, I did give the place a once-over, but it was nothing to write home about.
We know Beppo's age? Does it? Oh, Beppo's, but not Mr. Sandwich. Because that's clearly a very different person, right?
Well, it was nothing to write home about.
Right. Now, I hesitate to ask, but you didn't move the notice board by any chance, did you?
Oh, please, as if I would touch anything like that. Just a few bits of loose change is all I had.
The truth. Please.
Well, all right then. I thought there might be something worth having underneath it. So I blasted the flipping thing. Sorry, flipped the blasted thing.
You're telling us that you did move that board?
Oh, he suddenly got angry, didn't he?
I think that slipped out, didn't it?
What? You daft bumpet.
I don't believe it. The girl doesn't think.
You gotta go to work, Barracks Footstool. I'm so sorry you gotta work on a Sunday, innit?
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, innit?
So, did you find anything then? You inflicted your Arnold curse. You did indeed. You can leave with a smile. Mwah, ha, 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 ha. Something that you might have taken, perhaps, to sell?
Oh, please, I should be so lucky.
In my
the truth. Now.
I might have found this old pocket watch under the notice board, I suppose. But a bit of junk like this can be... Ah!
Oh, all right.
So it was you, was it? You're the one what took it. Gina?
Young lady, may I remind you where you are?
That watch there. That was a present to the Inspector Gregson from the yard for a big case he solved 10 years ago. A professor case, no doubt. Boss used to wind it up every evening without fail when he was waiting for his grub to come at the pub. I see. I swiped it off him once and blimey, he was upset. He gave me a right earful. Said he hadn't missed a day in the last 10 years polishing it and winding it. It meant the world to him, that watch did. Possibly not the best thing to go diving for then. It's not all that though. I took it to J. Bez's that night to ask how much it was worth, but the old dealer wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't give me a penny for it, said it wasn't working, knocked about and worthless he called it. Oh, I knew. I should have lifted it. No, she says she should have stolen it. That watch must be submitted as evidence at once. Oh, please. Just so long as you promise to give it back when we're done. Not a chance. I'll swipe it from if you try to get your grubby mitts on it again.
That's enough. Hand the watch to the bailiff forthwith.
Now, children, watch your manners. Stop trying to steal from each other.
Good Lord. The glass appears to be broken.
More than likely, it shattered when the inspector was shot. It doesn't tick anymore either. Which is why Jabez didn't want it. What a waste, eh? I have a feeling we will see Jabez later again as well, or Jabes, or whatever his name is.
Yes, indeed. It appears to have stopped at the hour of 5.
Exactly when the gunshot was heard, then. Which supports the prosecution's claim, of course.
Well, it would appear that the mystery of the moving notice board has been solved at least.
And as predicted, it had very little bearing on the case. I wouldn't say that. We found more evidence, right?
Now then, continue with your cross-examination, please, counsel.
I don't know anything about anything. I am just a bystander, me. I just a sign at the crossroads of life. Oh wait, I wanted to... I don't believe that you don't know anything.
Hold it!
Tell us stuff. But you did go to see what had happened in the room, didn't you? Fresno Street is my whole world. It's all I know. I know all of it. I have to make it my business to know if I want to hold my sign up high. So you did go to see what had happened. It's not the destination that's important. It's how you get there, isn't it? Did you notice the notice board in the room? If you think about it, we are both the same species, aren't we? Both different members of the sign family. So if I spotted it, I might have tried to trip it up out of a sense of rivalry, I admit it. Someone really needs to tell you that you're Homo sapiens, not Homo siniens. That's like a dad joke, isn't it? Ryunosuke is like an uncle as well, isn't he? Does that mean that you didn't notice the board? I can only repeat what I said before. I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander, me. I just a sign at the crossroads of life.
In which case, just who was responsible for moving
the notice board? But we've just established that. I think that's like some dialogue that is not supposed to be there. Wait, but I thought we've just solved it. I'm very confused.
I thought we just solved who moved the notice board. Like, she admitted to it, didn't she? Or was she lying?
Hold it!
What exactly do you mean by that?
Oh, come on now. Don't tell us you've not noticed. He looks like he hates everything in the world, that fella. They're not noticeables. They're the one thing he likes. You can see it in his eyes.
I can't say I'd ever noticed.
I'll tell you one thing for free, though. I never took my eyes off that man on the floor, or of the Reaper, not for a second.
Didn't he scream and run out? Sorry?
Well, I was that scared I couldn't. You never know what a fiend like that might do if you look away, do you?
If you didn't take your eyes off the defendant, you should be able to confirm categorically whether or not he was the one who moved the notice board.
Aye, that I can. The Reaper did nothing of the sort, I can swear to that. I couldn't have missed it if he'd heaved the thing up right again and dragged it into the corner.
Right. Glad we've cleared that up. What happened to the face that screams bored? I feel your pain, Kazuma. Or the face that screams bored. I can't see how this changes anything anyway. The detective still died when we heard the gunshot. It was 5 o'clock in the afternoon that you all heard the loud bang, wasn't it? Maybe the notice board fell over, or maybe it didn't. Maybe I fell over, or maybe I didn't. But the Reaper's fate is sealed either way because of that gunshot we all heard. So your fate's sealed too. Why are you threatening me? My fate? That's right. The defense is fated to lose, and the prosecution to win. Kazuma, shut up. In other words, it all hinges on that single gunshot. So if I could just find some problem with that part of their story. It all hinges on... So it all hinges on that single... Okay. It may be possible to change all our fates. Of course. None of that changes the fact that I heard what I heard, does it? Okay. Not much to go on. As you've pointed out, Mr. Naruhodo, there's no question that the notice board was moved, so somebody must have done it. But she already admitted that she did it. I'm so confused. But it did happen after the event, so maybe Kazuma is right. And it's not relevant to the case. It seems to have been deliberately positioned so as to hide the body from view. So I feel sure that there's some deeper significance to all of this. Yes, I know what you mean. I've no doubt there are more clues to be uncovered. You're on the right track, I can feel it. So follow your instincts. All right then. Oopsie. Ooh. All right, I want to solve one more thing before we finish for the day. So this one is... Okay. Way, your linguine is ready. Share some food with all of us then. Send it over. Teleport. Glass over the face really is badly cracked. Okay. What a shame when the inspector clearly looked after it so carefully. I imagine Mr. Sholmes could repair it, don't you? Yes, I should think so. He's very adept at things like this. A useful man to have around, in fact. But kindly remember that he's a great detective, Mr. Naruhodo, not an odd job man. What happens if we press this? There's a tiny little stub sticking out from this small hole here, look. I suppose there must have been a little knob or something on that for setting the time. In that case, seeing as we know the inspector took such good care of his watch, it probably broke when the incident occurred, didn't it? Yes, of course. Which could mean that there's a small part of the watch still at the scene, maybe. Okay, and there's something else at the bottom here too. Tiny little keyhole here. Probably used for the winder, used to wind up the mechanism. It looks a little unusual, don't you think? Oh, so there's a mystery to the watch still. Yes, you'd need just the right key to wind it, I imagine. Why do I feel as though I've seen something? Something a bit like a key that's about the right size to fit in this hole. It'd be wonderful if we had the key. Let's check carefully over what we already found. Have we found a key? The helmet of the charming appears to be a little worse for wear. I'm not convinced about the charming part, but yes, you're right. The head part looks like it's been fairly heavily manhandled. It's almost as if somebody has enjoyed twisting it around and around for fun. Shall we try twisting it around and around too for fun? Oh! Ah, what's that? It appears to be some sort of key. Oh, what a coincidence. But it's tiny though. It couldn't be a key for a door, not that size. So what is it for, I wonder? I wonder. Ha. All right, well, let's open that watch and see what we can find. How do we open it? Can you see? Yes. It looks... Can we use it? Okay, no. So I guess there must be a moment where that will be used. But what other pieces of information do we have then? Shot. No. Okay. Alright, I don't know anything about that notice board. I just wiped my hands on it. Maybe I did sneak along behind gossip and have a little peek into the room. But we just I'm very confused because we had this whole thing where she admitted that she moved the board. So haven't we already solved it? But I guess we're still trying to find a contradiction, right? I don't know I'm just a bystander, just a sign at the crossroads of life. It was the Reaper. I bet he's got a face that screams bored. I can't see how this changes anything anyway. The detective still died when we heard the gunshot. But this is not the gun that did it, right? When I asked about whether records are kept about who they're issued to, I was told that both of they've been engraved with a unique serial number. There's nothing like that on this gun, which tells us that it must have been issued longer ago than that. Okay. Maybe we can look at this thing also. Maybe we find something else in here. I've always wondered what the underside of a hairpiece looks like. That doesn't surprise me at all, Mr. Naruhodo. You always want to see what lies beneath, don't you? I'm not sure that's quite how I'd put it. You must have used lots of bird lime to keep it in place on your head. So it doesn't get blown off in a gust of wind, I mean. That might be a little inconvenient when you want to take it off again, don't you think? Okay, is there something else on these? There's some black marks here, look. Floss, you gotta run as well. No worries, no worries. I'm sure I'll get to solve this very, very soon. So perhaps the bullet struck the candle here, do you think? It's only this one can has been cracked in half, it seems. Firearms are rarely used by criminals in Japan, so I'm afraid I'm not pretty knowledgeable about them. I don't really know what the... I have no clue what I'm really... Concept he wound without fail. Everything is no longer ticking and the glass... You got ahead as well, Red Nova. No worries. Catch you next time. Let me just... Venus Special Fire. Should I investigate this? This has nothing to do with it. Have you had any idea you're starting at the end of the string of fireworks? Sorry. She said it's the Venus Special. 600 pounds of fireworks sound like... So he wants to... Shall we find out? What? She said it would blow up the whole courtroom. Alright. That was a fairly sizable bang. It sounded almost exactly like... Okay. Right. It goes off like a gunshot. Right, so this...
Objection!
No, no, no. Okay, it is not... But then, if this sounds like a gunshot... So it could be... Oh, man. I can't see how this changes anything anyway. The detective still died when we heard the gunshot. Or was that Reaper? He's got a face that screams bored. I'm just a bystander. It's a sign of the cross of life. And have a little peek on where it all happened. Does it have to do with the... Is to give Venus 600p and blow up the courtroom? Maybe. Maybe I did sneak along behind Kazuma and have a little peek into the courtroom where it all happened. And if you did... Does it have to do... So, it goes off like a gunshot. But what we're trying to find out now is who moved the notice board, right? But I thought we already solved that. I guess I'm just trying to find contradictions now. Am I not? So what is he saying? I don't know anything about that there notice board. I just wiped my hand on it. That's all. Maybe I did sneak along behind Kazuma, have a little peek into the room where it all happened. Or was that Reaper? I just got it. Very weird creature. No worries. Catch you next time. Oh, hello, Master Zero Chef. Thank you very much for the birthday wishes. I'm so... You forgot to change your username. This is Shadow? Oh, it is in... Oh, okay. Oh, shit. What's going on? How are you? Yes, you do have the VIP thing here before, don't you? That's right. Are you a master chef as well? Multiple accounts. I'm so stuck on this. I don't know what this is. Maybe I'm not going to solve this today. Should I just try and solve this next time? I don't think I can figure it out. I'm getting sleepy. My brain isn't working so well anymore. That is quite the animation on this guy as well, isn't it? The portion I made is quite big. Oh, you're leaving leftovers for your dad. Oh, that sounds very nice of you. I bet he'll be very happy to get your leftover linguine. All right, maybe I'm going to try 4 more minutes to 9:30. But I don't really have another solution. I only have 1 life left. I don't know anything about their notice board. I just wiped my hand on it. I don't really know what this is. I'm confused. Maybe I'm just gonna leave it there and try to figure this out next time on the next stream. Because it's getting late and my old brain, my 40-year-old brain is not what it used to be when I was just a young whippersnapper. So, maybe I'll rest my boot grain and I'll continue another time, which probably will be next week Sunday, I think. I think I'll try and continue next week Sunday. I'm doing like 3 different voiceovers this week, so it's kind of busy. So I don't know if I'll have time to do another stream. Maybe I will spontaneously decide, but otherwise I'll continue on Sunday probably. So I hope y'all are having a lovely rest of the day. Thank you so much for chatting and participating and supporting and all the gift subs and all that and lurking and thanks to all the mods and thanks for popping by on my birthday stream and or my actually day past the birthday stream, innit? So yeah, and what do I do here? And sorry about all the tech hiccups again. There's always these bloody tech hiccups. But at least for the last hour or so, it was pretty smooth, wasn't it? It still quite worked out. It was my birthday yesterday, Dragon Nerd Izzy. That's right. Yeah. More voice projects. It's actually like the projects I'm working on are kind of like just continued projects, I think. But still not bad to be busy, so I can't complain. And I'm glad my back is a little bit better as well, so that's nice. Thank you, Dragon Nerd Izzy, and thank you all. And thank you for all the fun today. And I'll see you all on the next one. Peace. Wait, should I do some balloons? I haven't done balloons at all, even though it's my birthday. Now there's balloons and confetti. Because I deserve it. All right, y'all. Have a lovely rest of your week. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. Bye.